Welcome everyone, it's Grace, your guy, Rock the Grace, as always. How is it going? We're here for a Human Knight, white, black, I think it was Orzoth? Yeah, I think it's Orzoth. I could be wrong. Anyways, yeah, Orzoth. We're here for an Orzoth tribal deck, Knights. Mostly white, a little bit of black here and there. Anyways, let's get into it. So, we have Aryel, I think that's how you would say that. Knight of Windgrace for 4 mana, legendary creature, Human Knight, Vigilance for 3. For 2 and a white, tap, create a 2/2 white knight creature token with Vigilance. And for 1 black, tap X, untap knight you control, destroy target creature with power X or less. It's pretty nice. Mostly I use it for the creating knights ability, but there are times when I have used it for the nuking knights ability. And this deck is chock full of really good white-black control. Almost every white-black control card or removal card you can think of is in this deck. There's probably a couple I don't know about, but yeah, let's kind of get into it. So for the lands, we have 36 lands, nothing super crazy. Command Tower, Bajuka Bog, Arcane Light, a lot of plains. I chose the Dominaria plains because I kind of like the Dominaria plains. Weathercore Tower, Strip Mine, Scrub Lands, Temple of Silence. There's only like 3 white-black dual lands that are like untapped dual lands. And then we have Orzhov Basilica, Pathman, especially because it's a tribal deck. There's one other card. Oh, Godless Shrine. That's what it was. Godless Shrine. So there's only like 2 dual lands that are plain swamps, which I think is interesting. I could be wrong, but those are the only ones I found. And let's get into the rest. So of course we have Mana Crypt because I like to put Mana Crypt in every deck I can. It's something I do. Just because I got Mana Crypt and I'm like, this is pretty cool. I like Mana Crypt. All right, we got Authority of the Consuls, which is surprisingly rather expensive. It must be played in Standard a lot, but it was a little bit more expensive than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, it's basically creature your opponent's control. It's basically another Thalia, and whenever a creature has battlefield under your opponent's control, I gain a life. So it's kind of like, yeah, you can have creatures, but I'm going to gain life. Enlighten Tutor to go get anything I need, whether it be like a Chroma's Memorial or something that I really need at that specific moment in time. Or Mana Crypt. We get Land Tax, Path to Exile, Students of Warfare, which is Knights. This is one of our Knights. I've never really got Student of Warfare up to the double strike stage. I always just get like maybe to the first strike stage. But you know, it's not cool. And you can level up for as much white mana as you have. You can just keep leveling up. Swords Plowshare for that single target removal package. Soul Ring, because Soul Ring. And then we get into the Paladins. So we have a Quarter Paladin. It's got Battle Cry. Whenever this creature attacks, each other attacking creature gets +1/+0 until end turn. Knight of Grace. First strike, hexproof from black. Gets +1/+0 as long as our player controls a black permanent, which we do. Grand Abolisher to slow my opponents down. Not a knight, but still pretty decent. Knights of the White Orchid. First strike, whenever it enters the battlefield, if an opponent controls more lands than you, you may search the library for a plains card, put it on the battlefield, shuffle your library. So that's pretty good. Blood Crazed Paladin, Flash. Basically, this is really good for like the end game, or if I like nuke the board or something. Because I think I do have, yeah, I got Wrath of God, and I believe I do have Damnation here as well, or maybe not. Maybe I don't have Damnation here, but I definitely have Wrath of God. But either way, whatever kind of death destruction happens. Sorry about the crazy flash moving around. We have the Blood Crazed Paladin. We also have Demonic Tutor, because there are times when I want to go grab some cards. Knight of Malice, which is basically the opposite of Knight of Grace. Lightning Greaves for win. Orzhov Signet to get some more mana going on there. Then we got the Sword of Animus. Because I put Sword of Animus in here just because it's not a lot of mana ramp in here outside of land tax. So if I don't have land tax, I use Sword of Animus to get some lands. We get more Knights. We got Danata Capuchin, Paragon, or however you say that, Danatha. First strike, Vigilance, Lifelink, Aura, and equipment spells you cast cost 1 that's cast. Not really worrying about Aura or equipment so much. I only have a couple equipments in this deck. But yeah, pretty good Human Knight, 2/2. First strike, Vigilance, Lifelink, couldn't pass that up. Ghostly Prison to slow our opponents down. A little bit of control going on there. Thalia, she's not a knight, but she's still really fun. Always watching, because I don't think there are ways to make tokens in this deck, but there are lots of non-token creatures, and I like giving them vigilance if they don't already have it. Fiend Slayer Paladin, first strike lifelink. It's in the Human Knights. History of Benalia. I have this in foil and paper, and it is beautiful. And I'm gonna order it. It's on payday. I'm gonna order this. Noah Bradley has this huge cloth one. I'm gonna order that. It's pretty nice. Knight Exemplar, first strike, other knights you control get +1/+1 indestructible. It's funny though, I dropped this down there and was trying to figure out, I had this and my commander in play, and I was trying to figure out how my commander had indestructible. I was like, how does that happen? And someone's like, your own card. I was like, oh, okay. Mirroring Crusader, because double strike is amazing, and it gets protection from green and black. It's a knight. Pretty good. Silverblade Paladin, Soulbound, as long as it's paired with another creature, both get double strike, which is really cool. Benelish Marcel, 3 white for an Anthem effect. Nice. Vana's Hunger, Ascend. Each opponent sacrifices a creature. If you have the city's blessing, instead, each opponent sacrifices half the creatures they control rounded up, so it's good for one or good for all. Phyrex Arena, getting really using that black to get more card draw. Scroll down a little bit here. Phyrexian Crusader. It's first strike picks from red and white with Infect, and it's a zombie knight, so it helps with that knight package. Anguish Unmaking, because Anguish Unmaking is just gross. Vindicate, which is just also gross. Herald's Horn, which is pretty sweet tribal synergy. Aketra's Monument, got to make those white spells cost a little cheaper and help me get some tokens out. We get roll. Actually, we'll do this. Helm of the Host. Helm of the Host is, if you get Helm of the Host out and you can equip it, almost always you won't always win, but you're assuredly on your way to a win if you have Helm of the Host, whether it's on my commander or anything, because it makes haste tokens that aren't legendary, and you can put it on a legendary creature. It's just really good. Door of Destiny. I love putting Door of Destiny in almost every travel deck I come across. Uttered End, more removal, more permanent removal. Eladra, the Dust Rogue, which is a knight, so it's pretty good there. Jesu Vest, Lich Knight. I have not had 10 mana to kick this, but if I ever do get 10 mana to kick, and I had to buy the foil because the non-foil is red stock. So it's a pretty sweet card. Wrath of God, because why not? Return to Dust, because why not? Audric, Master Tactician, is not a knight, but he basically makes it so I can prevent any of my opponents from blocking, which is really good. Scrolling up here. We get a Harrow of Blade Hold, which has Battle Cry, and then when it attacks, create 2/1/1 white soldier tokens that are also tapped and attacking. Good. Gideon, Ally of Zendikar. So if you +1 Gideon to make it an indestructible soldier, 5/5, and then you put Helm of the Host on that token stays. I don't know how it works in Midgo. I've just heard about it. I haven't been able to do it yet. So if I can do it, we'll see it out. Elspeth, Knights Errant, because I want more soldiers, and I like having things that are indestructible if I can get there. Audric, Lunarch Marshal, which is also not a knight, but still gives all the keyword abilities to everybody else. So it's kind of night travel, kind of not night travel. It's got there's a lot of humans in here, so I guess you could say it's like human/night travel. Quene, Pride of Femeref, Human Knight, double strike. If I got first strike, I get double strike. It's pretty good. Kinsbale Cavalier, a Kithkin Knight. I don't like Kithkins when playing against a Kithkin deck, but when I'm using them, good to go. Knight creatures you control get double strike, which pairs very well with the Pride. Kabira Vindicator, Human Knight with level up, which basically can anthem all my other creatures, which is pretty sweet. And he's a Human Knight. And then we have Call the Cavalry, if I want to throw out some knights out there. And Anointed Procession, because I do have a small token package, I want to double tokens whenever I have the ability. And if I have this out here, Anointed Helm of the Host gets even grosser. Vanquisher's Banner. I don't tend to like Vanquisher's Banner a lot, but it fits in this deck. It helps me draw some more cards. So, Gilded Lotus, because I thought Gilded Lotus looked pretty cool. Vana, Butcher of Magan, which I have used this ability a lot. The tap, pay 7 life, it is just so good. Avada the Cursed. I was going to make a deck out of this one, but I decided to make a deck out of the Knight Commander, the other Knight Commander instead. But basically, given all my legendary creatures +2/+2, and he has Death Touch and Lifelink, which is pretty nice. Pentarch Knights, flanking. I don't really use flanking a lot, but whenever a creature without flanking blocks this creature, the blocking creature gets -1/-1 until end turn. Choose a color, destroy target permanent of the chosen color. So I basically use this as like permanent removal. I have a lot of permanent removal in this deck, which is really nice. Thalia's Lancers to help me go get other legendary creatures, as well as it being a human knight. Righteous Confluence. So I can use this to make I use it to make 3 knights or exile a permanent, or gain 5 life, or all 3. It's pretty sweet. Elspeth Sun's Champions to help me make more soldier tokens, help me destroy some creatures, and give some stuff flying. And then Ivara, Hellcon Witness. So this is a card I added recently, and I haven't used it yet, so I'm kind of keen to see. It's either a take it all or lose it all, where I either exchange all my power into it, and I gain a ton of life, or all of a sudden I'm at 4, and this thing dies, and I'm at 4. Merciless Eviction. I had to wait for a while for this to come back in stock, but yeah, Merciless Eviction is pretty sweet. And a Chroma's Memorial to round it off. So that is the 99. That is the deck tech for the White Black Knights human synergy. Let's get into it, and I hope y'all have a great day. Let's play some games. Yeah.